like to share with you a brief overview of the results, which are drawn from over 100 replies we have to date, and I thank you all for taking part. The majority of those responding were in the 45 to 65 age group, with a few younger and some older. The respondents were predominantly North American, with a few Scots replying and one Australian. When asked when their interest into their Scottish heritage began, it is overwhelmingly as a child or a teenager. And why were you interested in your Scottish heritage? It is overwhelmingly through one's parents or grandparents, and to know more of the history of Scotland. More people had taken DNA tests last year to this year. This year, it is less than 50% of those responding. Ancestry.com is the leading service used, some also using Family Tree. And the use of a genealogist has rarely been used, 10% having used one. Discovering your tartan and clan is important to 90% of those responding. And it is good to see that this year, that very few found it difficult to find the information they were looking for. Last year, the majority noted the difficulties, something we as organisers all took note of. Although there is interest in studying in Scotland, and perhaps due to the challenges of the pandemic, remote learning is something over 70% of those responding note as being of interest. Our organisations are important to us, and in the survey, I noted how important clan organisations were alongside all of our member organisations, ASF, COSCA, St Andrew organisations, Cassock and Shusa being named by many. And we will be speaking of next. And as we will be speaking of next, we asked what were your leading Scottish cultural interests? History leads, with Gaelic and dance close behind, ahead of music. We asked respondents if they had visited Scotland. 70% had, though few this year noted planning a heritage trip at this time, whereas last year the majority were doing so. Again, perhaps very much a result of the times we are in. With all the results into with all the research into one's past, we asked if this had had an effect on the way you viewed your family, and the majority felt it had, one noting it explained their mannerisms. And Highland Games were universally popular and important in responses. 90% had attended and noted the importance of it to their community. In closing, we asked how our groups can help in connecting to your love of Scotland and its heritage. And I note a few of the responses. That our groups offer a way for like-minded to join together, enjoy traditional events, bring talks and exhibits to them, and their appreciation of our online events at this time. And now I turn proceedings over to William Petrie to lead us in our next panel discussion. Thank you.